I had a assault with a deadly weapon charge, and it wasn't because I grabbed a gun or something. That was a fit of rage. Poor kid did nothing to me.
Juan Mancias was 15 when he nearly killed another teenager with his bare hands. His anger began when he was a young boy, and in the most unlikely place, the church where his father and grandfather were pastors.
So I felt like every single time I went to church, I was walking into a courtroom, and why would I want to go through that?
Juan stopped going to church.
The source of that anger was never feeling good enough for God. And if I'm not gonna feel the love, or if I'm gonna be judged, then I'm gonna act out. I took it out in fights. I took it out in just breaking stuff.
After the assault charge, his father persuaded Juan, already a skilled baseball player, to take up boxing as a way to channel his anger.
Every person that made me mad at school or a teacher, I took it out in the boxing gym.
Juan's boxing coach was a Christian, and every workout came with a Bible lesson. One day, Juan took a blow to the head.
I told my dad my leg felt funny. I blacked out at that point. From that on, I don't remember.
Juan suffered a subarachnoid hemorrhage, a brain bleed, and was rushed to a hospital where he underwent emergency surgery. The doctors told his parents he may never wake up, and if he did, he had only a 30% chance of living a normal life.
He said, I'm going to give your son 12 hours. After 12 hours, I'm going to give him 3 days. After 3 days, we're going to have to see what you want us to do. I couldn't comprehend it. I couldn't think. I was kind of in shock myself. When he told us that, my wife looked at me and she goes, you need to pray. So that's when I went into the extended waiting room, and I just cried out to the Lord.
Johnny and his wife Helen stayed at their son's bedside, praying through the night.
So right now, we're not going by what the doctors tell us, we're going by what God says. I started playing nothing but worship music inside his room during the nighttime.
The very next morning, Juan woke up.
At that time, it was like God was just assuring us that everything was going to be okay. After the first week, I seen the turnaround, and on the 6th day, he started telling me he wanted to walk, and that's when I knew that everything was going to be okay. I knew that God's hand was in it.
The path back for Juan wasn't easy.
We had to teach him how to eat again, and we had to teach him how to drink again. We had to teach him how to use a straw, how to read, how to spell his name. But I knew that God's hand was in it because it just happened. He did so good.
Juan regained most of his brain function within a matter of weeks, but instead of being grateful to be alive, he was angry.
That day they told me I can't box, I can't play baseball, and when it got real to me, I hated God because I felt like he took everything away from me.
As Juan's body continued to heal, his father prayed that God would heal his heart as well. One evening, he talked Juan into going to hear an evangelist at a youth camp service.
I was just praying, Lord, please speak to my son because he's not listening to me anymore. I had my eyes closed and I was still praying. And when I seen him get up, I got up and followed him. And so they prayed for him, and it was like the Lord just took over.
I was so mad at God, and all he was trying to do was give me a hug. That's when I gave up. I was like, I'm done fighting. I'm not gonna win. I couldn't move. I felt paralyzed. They prayed for me, and then all of a sudden, I felt peace. I really feel like I had a spirit of anger in me. That night, I felt like it came out, and that's when I knew God loved me.
Juan surrendered his life to Christ that night.
You ever fish for bass? They fight, but your job is to keep them on the line. Let them fight till they get tired. Like, God let me fight, he let me hate him, but I always stayed on his line. And now I feel like he reeled me in. The accident, I don't see it as taking stuff away anymore, because it gave me an opportunity to touch more lives than I could ever do.
Today, Juan has returned to both the boxing ring and the baseball field. But most importantly, he sees God in a brand new light.
I don't see God as a judging God. I see God as a merciful, loving God. I see him as a father who wants his kids to be safe. He doesn't walk away from us. We walk away from him, and he's waiting there. God loves you, and he's just waiting for you to come back home.